he doesn't like. Let the chips fall where they are. Implement all the corruption panels that have been set up. Call the National Assembly. Let them immediately reduce their salaries to the minimum 50,000 naira a month. If the National Assembly is not a place to go and get wealth, it's for public service. So you need to be functioning at a minimum wage if you want to serve the country, and immediately bring all the constitution amendments and that have been suggested and review that. First of all, we're operating under an illegal constitution. In 1999 constitution that was supervised by the military that starts by we the people. We the people didn't write that constitution. So the government is based on an illegal constitution. So all of that has to be brought back. The country has to be restructured. We need to go back to our original regions or some form thereof. But a lot of things have to occur for the people to believe that there's any sincerity in what they're trying to do. And all things like immunity for the governors, security votes that are unaccounted for, where you have a governor of Edo State getting 600 million naira a month security votes, same thing with other governors all over the country. All of those things have to be stopped. Under President Buhari right now, we have a free-for-all corruption with impunity. That's what's been going on. And I'm sorry to say, I really do not see where he has the capability to implement this kind of reforms. And if he doesn't have, he needs to step down for those who can lead this through this time. Thank you.
Yeah, that's probably why. Okay.
Hello, everyone. Hello,
Sir,
Daniel. Can you hear me?
yo, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you very much. You did ask a question, and in that question, you said, what should the president do this moment? That is the question. And before I go straight forward to what I feel should be the right answer to this question, I want to remind us one thing, that these Nigerian youth have been pushed to the wall. These are youths that for so many months now have been at home on account of COVID-19. Yes, there is coronavirus. Other countries are schooling. Nigeria, as big as Nigeria is, has not got the infrastructure to have virtual education. It is quite pathetic that a country as big as Nigeria, blessed with all the natural resources that Nigeria has, cannot fund ordinary virtual education in our public institutions. These youths have been pushed to the wall. Their mates in other countries have moved ahead, even when you have COVID-19. And you see a situation whereby these young men and women do not seem to have future. Okay, even if COVID-19 is over now, Nigerian education system is not functioning. The lecturers have been on strike even before the coronavirus. Assuming COVID-19 ends now, our universities will not even reopen. What is the problem? These youths are asking for justice. What is the salary of a professor in Nigerian university? Professorship is the highest rank in the academia. What is the take home, the monthly take home of a Nigerian professor? it is not up to what an ordinary, let me not say ordinary, but let me use the word, the lowest ranking academic in the developed world, that is assistant lecturer. The salary of a professor in Nigeria is not up to the salary of an assistant lecturer in the United States or in the UK, for instance. And you see a situation where the academic environment in Nigeria is dead. So these youths are asking for one thing, justice. And for me, for there to be this justice, the president will simply send an executive bill to National Assembly for immediate restructuring of Nigeria. For immediate restructuring of Nigeria. So in a nutshell, the president of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, should send an executive bill to the National Assembly for immediate restructuring of Nigeria. It's as simple as that. You cannot tell me that a professor, that is what I was saying before this thing happened. Yes. A professor in Nigerian university will earn a salary as low as what an assistant lecturer can earn in the developed world. It doesn't work. Not only that Nigerian university system has not got the capacity to fund virtual education, just like as it is obtainable in other countries, but also the take-home pay of the Nigerian lecturer is too poor. It's not only the police. Is it because they're not talking about police? Let me tell you, Daniel, there is a lot of rot in our education system. It's not only in the police. It's not only in the police. There is so much corruption even in the education system. And it's because we've got a dysfunctional education system. When we're talking about restructuring, a lot of things have to be restructured. We have a system that is not working. What does it profit our leaders for us to continue to move with a system that has never worked? So let them start immediate restructuring of Nigeria. Restructure the country, restructure every aspect of governance, restructure all institutions of governance. Nigeria is not working. Whereby they cannot do this, they should dismember the country. So you attend, oh Israel, then that is my take.
Okay, we thank you very much. Dr. Mogi will like to respond again. Doctor, please. Thank you very much, Festus, for joining us today. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Doctor, I can see you are raising up your hand. Can you unmute yourself? Is it the previous hand you raised?
Yes, hi. Please, can you ask the question again? I missed that.
Yes. What do you think? Because the problem now is it appears I think you've answered the question of whether the president is missing from the picture, or should he simply step aside and allow Simbajo to solve the problem?
Unfortunately, the Northern Cabal will not permit Osinbajo to come in and take control. And the president, unfortunately, is missing in action. And so he has to come to a decision point here. He either takes control or he steps aside, or this thing is going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better. This country is at an inflection point. It's being torn at its seams by various insurrections, by the need for restructuring. So you know, as the old saying goes, there comes a time to every man and nation, the moment to decide. And this is the moment for Nigeria to decide. But the youths have said one thing: the status quo will not continue. The free-for-all corruption with impunity, the bad governance at every single level has to stop. There's no more patience for the way it used to be. So the earlier those at the highest level, including the president, come to understand that and to begin to make changes immediately, the better. And again, like I said before, The youth, they are not interested in any cosmetic changes. SARS has been reformed 5 times with nothing to show for it. And changing the name from SARS to SWAT is who do you, I mean, are you kidding me? Who are you kidding? You know, you change the name and you see you have the same people, the same chain of command. Nobody takes responsibility. And that's the problem with Nigeria. There's no accountability at any level and at every level, right from the head, right from President Buhari. And it's time for things to change. Thank you.
All right, information we are getting is, I don't know whether you allow me to play.
From this horrendous
I think there is a Atiku Abubakar. Let us hear, even though we know the Nigerian politicians, but let us hear what Atiku Abubakar will have to say. He has just made a live stream now. So allow me to share that with you and then let's see what he has to say. Has he gone? 1 second.
Unusual. I called to speak to all my adult children. I woke up this morning and did the unusual. I called to speak to all my adult children. I did so because I wanted to be sure that they are safe. I also wanted to be assured that the event of yesterday was a nightmare, but it was real. This is our new normal. As I speak, many parents and homes are in mourning. Their children mowed down in their prime by needless show of force by security forces that were supposed to be protecting them. For over a week, our young people have been trying to draw our attention to their grievances by way of the EndSARS movement. Sadly, it reached a violent crescendo yesterday with the unprovoked killing of unarmed and peaceful protesters, even while they demonstrated their patriotism singing the national anthem. I am heartbroken at this turn of events and deeply condole with the families of the victims. I feel their pains and the pains of the injured and maimed. There are reports of hospitals refusing to treat injured from this horrendous incident. I urge all hospitals, private and public, to prioritize the Hippocratic Oath and treat every and all of the injured. To save their lives is a task that must be prioritized. I call on our armed forces to show restraint. No more lives must be lost. Absolutely none. We must face our common enemies, not our brothers and sisters. And our foes are the terrorists and insurgents who seek to end the Nigerian way of life. Finally, I ask President Muhammadu Buhari to speak to the nation, even as he speedily implements the demands laid out by our young compatriots. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and thank you.
All right. I don't know whether we all heard what the Abubakar said. Who shall we call? So was the did it clearly?
I heard him, but he was not very fluent. But I was also trying to read the write-ups under that was being published that was meant to be relaying what he's saying. Before then, I had also tried to raise my hand to ask Festus and Omobai, in events where the president is not willing to do any of these things they are saying, and they still use crude forces to suppress the agitations of these young people, as I've earlier pointed out, what's the way forward?
Doctor, do you have any response?
Okay. Should I ask, was the question directed to me?
Yes.
Yeah, both Doctor and Festus. Because I said that my position, my take is, I see them suppressing this agitation with crude power as they are doing, and then that Elomba asked, what do we expect Buhari to do? And we had your contribution. My question is, based on what you now said, that Buhari would restructure Nigeria and step aside and all that. My question then is, in events where Buhari is not willing to even do any of such, Atiku have just asked him to rise up and address Nigeria and tell Nigeria what he's going to do with the demands of the youths. Now, my question then to both Festus and Doctor is, in events where the president is not willing to do any of such, and they continue to use crude power to suppress the agitations, what do you think is the way forward?
Okay, let me just answer you in my own simple way. I am an Igbo man, and there is a saying in my place that the grass cutter, that is Nchi, we call it Nchi in my place. Nchi si na ọ bụrụ na ihe nya na-eri, ihe nya na-egbu agwụghọ na ya ama nzu ike. That is to say, if the president refuses to do the needful, Nigerian youth should continue agitating. The protest should continue. I am here in the United Kingdom protesting in my own way. I'm equally participating from diaspora. It's as simple as that. I wish I'm in Nigeria, I would have been part of the protest. It's as simple as that. I think I've answered your question. The answer to your question is that the protest should continue until the needful is done. Thank you.
And then I'm going to respond to your question also. You see, the army and the police, the capacities of the army and the police have been totally degraded over the years by the same corruption that has eaten the whole fabric of the society. And therefore, the army and police, they don't have enough personnel to suppress these protests all over the country. So when he finishes the bullet, when they exhaust their bullets, what next for them? So there's no alternative. He has to come to the table. Force is not going to work this time. We have the power, the youths have the power of social media. There are protests all over the country. The youths have come to the end of the road. This country has been debased for too long. So he's not going to have a choice. You're also going to have the international community with sanctions, with the International Criminal Court prosecuting the soldiers responsible for this murder of our innocent youths. He's not going to have a choice. He's going to have to come to the table. Thank you.
Okay, we thank you. Even as we are speaking, Festus would like to, I think you also asked Festus to respond to your question. Festus, do you have anything to say? If Buhari refuses to do any of that, what do you think should happen?
Yes, I think I have answered the question. My answer was very simple and clear, that whereby the right thing is not done, if the president fails to do the needful, the protest should continue. That was my answer.
Okay. I think, as we are saying, Father, I think we are receiving a lot of disturbing videos about what is ongoing now. It's but it's becoming very, very, very terrible. I don't know whether to share this video I played with it. Yeah, it's I don't know what to make of it, but let us see. It's terrible. Okay. No, there is not this one. There is hang on, please. There's one video that I've just filmed, and it's because there's been this dispute. Are people dying in Lagos? There are some I wouldn't want to see because we are not sure. We are not sure how they look at this one. It's terrible. It's terrible. Let me start the audio. The audio is I think this is absolutely terrible. Did we all see the video and the line of corpses lying on the floor, and the guy is saying that that these are victims of the protest.
Yes, I have seen that video earlier.
Okay.
These are part of the. I have accessed that video earlier before I joined this, and that's why I was reacting to when I said that I can't place the position of the Lagos State Governor saying that there was no fatality in the incident that happened yesterday. There was only a few people that sustained injury. He has gone all night to go and see them in the hospitals. That 3 were discharged yesterday night, 3 have been discharged this morning, that no single death have been lost. And I was wondering, do they think they are talking to that? The video had gone viral. They killed a lot of people. Even I assessed report by Punch newspaper that about 27 died in the attack in the toll gate. Not only in the toll gate, about 17 in Mushi and different places. So this, what we were just showing now, was likely going to be part of what happened in Mushi or some Ikeja area. And the governor is saying that no life was lost. And then you find the kind of mindset of the people who have placed the position of authority in this nation. So my fear still remains that a situation whereby they continue to use the instrument of state against the few of the young people who are still on the street, and then people are not, good men are not willing to voice out or to even come together. What happens? Even the constitutional, the report of the what was it now that Jonathan convened before he left, the report of the why am I running out of information now?
Yeah, it's not the Constitutional Conference.
The Constitutional Conference, yes. I think if the president is right thinking, even if he doesn't do anything, get back that report and get it be discussed. I'm sure that if it discussed, some of the issues that were raised by this agitation will also be contained there. And then restructuring is also part of it. But the problem is in events where, as we speak now, the North still maintains that they are not in support of restructuring. What happens next?
We thank all our contributors.
Sorry, let me answer that question.
Okay.
Let me answer that question. If the North maintains that they are not going to be part of the call for restructuring, then the protest should change from #EndSARS, #Restructure Nigeria, #End Brutality to #Dismember Nigeria. It is as simple as that. Everybody should now rally round, and we should all push for total disintegration of Nigeria. Marriage is not by force. It is not by force. And if they don't want to do that, one day they will do it. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very, very much. I don't know whether Doctor is still raising up his hand or whether it's the old one. If it's the old one.
No, that was the old one. He said you have any other questions. Thank you.
I think right now it appears we don't know how these things will end. We don't know how this thing will end. Someone was saying that even if Sir Igboliko was saying, that they may use force to stop this protest now. But even if they stop it now, someone said they are merely postponing the evil day. And while these protests appear to be spontaneous, maybe the next one will organize and even be more deadly. And if they succeed in keeping people away from the street, what may happen is that the anger may now turn to, like the previous speaker here has suggested, targeting their homes and their properties. So who knows? We don't know. We don't know how these things will pan out. But one thing is certain, something has to give. And the president of Nigeria must have to step up and demonstrate leadership qualities if he still maintains his thinking ability, because we don't even know what the situation is with him. If he's still capable of governing, then he should clearly step up and do what he's supposed to do as the president of the country and speak to the nation to see how these things will come to a stop. We will, I think we'll proceed to take final comments and then we will call it a day for now. We are having an interview by 6 p.m. There are some people who will interview on former commissioner for information in Adamawa State. We will interview him by 6 p.m. on these SARS protests. We also interviewed Adamu Garba, APC presidential aspirant, again from Adamawa State as well, because he contested. We learned that he launched a court action at the Nigerian court for the Nigerian courts to ban Twitter in Nigeria, because he said that Nigerians are using Twitter to champion all these protests. That he's not happy about that. We will also interview him by 7 p.m. And right now, to round up this part of the program, our guests still remaining. What do you think will be your final word? Let's start from Festus, please. What do you think will be your final word to the Nigerian authorities on what is happening? Festus.
My final word to
What is your final word to the Nigerian federal government on these SARS protests?
my final word is simple: restructure Nigeria.
Thank you. Sir Ibodike, what will be your final word to the Nigerian authorities with regards to these SARS protests?
Restructure Nigeria.
Dr. Mogbi, what do you think as well?
Well, I want them to remember the old phrase, once to every man and nation comes a moment to decide. Nigeria is at an inflection point, and they are either going to make a decision to address all the grievances in a fundamental way, or the situation is going to progress to what nobody knows. So it's better for them to come to the table and begin to implement all the things that have been due over all the last 40 years that have not been done. And that includes restructuring, changing elements of the constitution we have right now, the 1999 constitution, is a constitution that aids and abets corruption. It's a constitution that is a foundation not for a democracy, but for a kleptocracy. And all of those things need to be brought on the table. And I'm talking about immunity, security votes, and all of that stuff. All the ridiculous amounts of payments, allowances being received by members of the National Assembly. All of these things have to be brought on. Otherwise, the future for the country will be very uncertain. Thank you.
All right. On that note, we thank all of you. I think the consensus appears to be that Nigeria has to get. Well, we will continue the discussion 6 p.m. If you are still able to join us, please, by all means, able to do so. We'll be happy to have you around by 6 p.m. Thank you very much, Dr. Mogbi. It's nice hearing with you. I think we first met almost 15 years ago, and it's very nice to meet you at this program.
Thank you, Daniel. And I want to commend you and your outfit, Elumba, for the good work you are doing, and continue to be the voice of the people. And you know, the voice of the people is the voice of God. Thank you, Daniel.
I appreciate that. That's fine. Thank you very much, Anago, for being with us tonight. And we hope.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Saibodike, you've always been our friend. Thank you very much.
We'll continue to be there for you.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right, please.
Thank you.
It's been nice having this long discussion. Please enjoy a good afternoon.
All right.